Hey, good morning, Internet. It's Kris Krüg.
And Darlene Gage?
Yeah, I'm here on Salt Spring Island with Darlene Gage this morning. Darlene is with an organization called Transition Salt Spring. Tell us a little bit more about what Transition Salt Spring is.
Transition Salt Spring is part of the Transition Town movement, which some folks might be familiar with from around the world. It's kind of been a way that started a few decades ago to slow things down, create more sustainable living, and what they call transition to a fossil fuel-free community or economy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit more about what we're doing here today.
Today is a really interesting day. We're actually here in the woods, here on Salt Spring Island. We're working with a homeowner and also some folks from Salt Spring Conservancy and a permaculturalist and somebody from our local fire department. And we're taking a look at the property here to see how the property could become more sustainable for the homeowner, but primarily for the land itself. How to increase biodiversity, how to decrease fire risk on the property by ensuring lots of native species and lots of moisture retention on the land. And that makes it more climate resistant too, because Transition Salt Spring is really all about climate action and adapting to this new reality that we're all finding ourselves in. So
it's been a totally awesome morning. We've been walking through the forest here, and we got a bunch of different experts from different perspectives, as Darlene said. And you know, some guys are pointing out like, oh, look, there's water seepage here. This is a great place where the water's being stored. And then other folks are like, yeah, look at the biodiversity of species here and stuff. And then the fire chief's like, looks good here from a fire smart perspective. He's also given lots of tips and tricks, so we're learning lots. Tell us a couple of the things that you've that stick out from this morning that you've been learning.
Well, to me, part of it is that balance between the fire risk and making sure that the biodiversity and the health of nature around you is preserved and the ecosystems are preserved. So sometimes fire smart folks want to cut down the trees because people don't want their house to burn up in a fire, right?
Yeah, totally. So balancing those like human usage with biodiversity and totally.
There's ways to do it. We just got to get smarter.
Well, one of the reasons why I'm here on Salt Spring today, I reached out to Darlene earlier in the week as a part of the One Island, One Earth project, and I'm working on over on Galiano.
Yep.
And Transition Salt Spring is one of the evaluating partners on the project, which means they help to guide and steer what we're up to.
Yep.
So would you tell me a little bit more about your interest in the project and what you've seen so far?
Well, we've loved the project from the beginning because it's really connected to a lot of the work, the climate action work that we're doing here on Salt Spring. You know, we're really trying to take a look at what does climate change look like on an island? And the folks on Galiano are doing the same thing in the Southern Gulf Islands. What does the human impact look like on the ecology of an island? And really, some of those, as we all know, islanders are different from everybody else, right? So when we're dealing with our garbage and waste, when we're talking about burning wood for our fires and all of these other impacts that we have driving around the island all the time because we don't have public transit, or we don't have safe roads to cycle on and things like that. It's like it looks different on an island. So islanders need to do something different when it comes to changing the way that we live to adapt to this new climate reality. Absolutely. So I love the fact that you're capturing data that is islander specific. We want to learn from you. We want to translate what you're finding out to here on Salt Spring so that islanders here can also learn from that and get better.
Well, that's so cool. It's been great hanging out with your crew this morning, and I appreciate the walking and talking. I've learned a lot already, and obviously we'll be happy to share everything we got with you. So
awesome.
Thank you very much, Darlene. Signing off from Salt Spring Island. We'll catch you later, Internet.
Bye.